now you know, a glory. Hey, what's going on, boys and girls? It's your boy Tree from Bird in the Tree podcast.
Bird. You already know what it is. Danielson still doing what we do.
Finish him. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, hey, bro. You remember when we used to play that Mortal Kombat, bro? You remember that?
Yeah, I'm still on it, bro. You talking like that's past tense.
I used to love that joke, man. We used to play that joke on Sega Genesis. You remember that?
Sega.
Hey, that's facts, man. Hey, but look, man, y'all already heard what I was coming in with already from the jump, man. Hey, man, my homie Kirk Franklin. Hey, bro, you seen what my man did, man?
Yo, man, I just want to send a salute to the real men in the world, man. Send a real big salute. Don't never be apologetic for being a man.
That's facts, man. I have no problem at all with what he did, man. He did what he's supposed to do, man. Of course, you know, you only get one side of the story. Obviously, that's not always go, but it is what it is. Also, shout out to Bird. Y'all already know where she's at. She's out saving the world, doing what she do. Shout out also to my cousin Franks, patched in. Y'all already see it, patched in everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's coming soon as well. But you already know. Hey, we here to bring y'all some heat to do what we do.
That's what we do.
So today's topic, everybody sit back and listen. Today's topic is titled, What is Your Why? And I know a lot of people are saying, what do you mean? Now, a lot of times, you know, when you interview a lot of people, or, you know, the person that's interviewing you is going to say, well, you know, what's your why? What makes you tick? What motivates you? What gets you going? And see, you know, I love that part of the interview process, because then I can just be myself, be my authentic self, you know, and just kind of go in and let them know, hey, look, this is what motivates me. This is what gets me going, you know. So, Junior, Daniel's son, hey, man, what's your why, man? What gets you going, bro?
Yo, man. First of all, let me give another salute, man.
What's up, bro?
To my boy, bro, Franklin, man. I actually had a chance at a young age, man, to actually see this guy in person. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that many people don't even know about him, man, he's so musically inclined, not just as a writer, but as a musician. This guy is one of the only artists, man, that actually plays every instrument that you hear. Facts. I'm talking about every single instrument, man. It's amazing, man. He lost his mother at a very young age, man. And just to see where he's come from, it's amazing to me. But I'm not surprised, because any type of masculinity in the world now is taken offensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, so anytime you see a man being a man, this is what you're going to get. The saddest part about it, a lot of that backdrop comes from also people that claim to be men. I never understood that part of it. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where not necessarily what he said or did would be in question, but the sucker move of airing laundry between two men.
Exactly, man. Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying? People act like this kid is a 6, 7, 8-year-old child. This is a 30-something-year-old man.
33, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yo, represent, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me get back to the, you know, the schedule. I think when you look at what's your why, I got something that I want to throw out there, man, from Life Skills That Matter. You know, so y'all can check that out anytime now. Sometimes get on that. But listen to this little excerpt. It says, talking about, you know, what is your why? It says it's a reference point for all of your decisions and actions. It defines who you are and what makes you productive. It's the reason for your life's work. It's you know, when you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and even unfulfilled, it is because most times many people don't understand their why. And that's kind of what they throw out there, you know, to help you out on, again, life's thingsthatmatter.com. And I say for me, my why, it comes in a different form, man, because it's always attached to my quote unquote what I'm trying to do in life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you actually find out your niche, your purpose,
right,
your why has a whole lot of influence based off your purpose. So for me, man, that question, man, shucks. the answer to it comes in different forms. You know what I'm saying? My why for being up here tonight is because, this is what men do.
Right.
You know what I mean? My why for supporting and being with Kurt on this is because the Bible says he that has been forgiven much loveth much. Mm-hmm. And I just get amazed at how, the only difference I think between our situation now, the present, and Kurt's is, somebody recorded his.
That's right.
But there's a whole lot of people out there that better be glad that, somebody ain't walking around with a camera. You know what I mean? To record every single day and move, man, that's kind of different, man. So that thing, like I said, it's kind of, you look at it, I don't think it has one point, but what's your why? Somebody need to ask the son, bro, what's your why?
Right.
Or maybe we should ask some of the people out there that are so critical of Kurt. Mm-hmm. We ain't saying that there's nothing wrong with having a standard. What I'm just trying to tell you what Christ would say. It's amazing that you measure people off a standard that you can't even keep.
That's fact.
Paul, you can let that marinate. Let me hit it.
That's facts. That's facts, though. But you know what, man? And to kind of backtrack a little bit back to Kurt, man. See, what I have an issue with already is that a lot of quote unquote Christians have an issue with what he did. But see, the reality of it is a lot of these Christians, as you just said, hey, if some people had cameras on them 24/7, they'd be in trouble. A lot of these Christians that are criticizing Kurt from doing what he did are saying, "Oh, he ain't no Christian." I knew he was out there doing worldly things and this and that. He ain't no Christian. But in reality, man, hey, look, at the end of the day, we all sin. Now,
it's amazing, man. You gotta be careful, man, because nobody ever says to a mechanic that hits his finger while turning a wrench, "Oh man, he cussed. He ain't no mechanic."
Right. Right.
The dude's still working on the car, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I look at, our everyday walk, man, and sometimes the things and the decisions we make will definitely have influence on how people will view you. Mm-hmm. But let's not get it tripping, man. One thing that we all know and have to keep in the back of our subconscious is, what if it was you?
That's
Not
what I'm
only
saying.
what if it was you, what if it was your family member? Not only what if it was your family member, but let's just keep it real. I mean, who lives in this bubble, man, where you would have thought that every single thing you do has to come up to scrutiny? And I'm talking about just off people that one week praise you, then the next week they crucify you. You know what I mean? That's just crazy to me.
Hey, man, I mean, like you just said, bro, hey, look, we don't know what triggers a person. We are all triggered differently. Some people can take, maximum amount of pressure before they, I guess you can say, go off. Whereas you might have somebody that can only take 25% and they ready to go ahead and put hands on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, man. I mean, we don't know what was happening beforehand, because from what I was told, technically what happened was he had just got off of a call with a therapist and his son was still tripping. Of course, the son, nobody recorded the whole therapist speech and whatnot, or the call, and we just, we got the part of Kurt, going off. Which I'm just saying, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we don't know what triggers people. We don't know what, what I'm saying, what motivates people to do what they do. But at the end of the day, man, we cannot judge somebody for doing what they did. And like you said, bro, hey, Kurt was a man. Kurt did what he had to do. That was his son. You know what I'm saying? He cussed him out. It is what it is. We keep moving.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And I know you said, when you had talked about it before, hey, man, only thing I have a problem with is that he apologized.
Yeah, man. I think that one of the things that we always got to keep in mind, man, is content. And at this point, man, we're not in a synopsis right now. This is just life, bro. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that's so amazing to me, man, again, the scrutiny that people want other people to stand up to when they don't even meet the bar. Right. Now, again, that does not take away that there is a godly standard of living, right? But again, the subjectiveness is this. I can't continue to front and tell you to live by a standard that I can't keep, and then glory when you don't keep it. Right. Yo, man, to every sucker out there that's wasting their time doing that, the Bible calls you a hypocrite, not Kurt. The Bible calls the individual that tries their best to, quote unquote, create a synopsis on their brother, and they don't even live by that same standard of measurement. Mm-hmm. Now, what does all that mean? That's not saying that we can't say certain things are right or wrong because we've made mistakes. No, but what it's saying is it's amazing that you're so quick to forget the mistakes that you make. And that's what I heard and see, particularly from the church community, from some of you suckers out there that's on Facebook blasting them, for some of you cats that's wasting time on your podcast, being real negative of it. You know what I mean? It's amazing, man, because all of us have a closet.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, the Christian's job is to understand the grace and mercy and the power that God has to cover.
That's right.
You got to keep in mind the blood covers a multitude of sins. So at the end of the day, for everybody that is sold this, that, the third, all I'm telling you is, man, I got 3 daughters. Yo, I got nephews, man, just like my sons. That's how I raise them.
That's right.
And every day ain't Sunday, yo, that we talk. You feel me? Ain't Sunday every day we talk.
I feel you, man. I get that, man. I get that. So, you know, with that being said, I mean, going kind of back to, you know, what's your why? A lot of the times, you know, when I was doing a little bit of reading about it, they were saying, you know, in interviews, when it comes to getting that question, what is your why? You're supposed to kind of talk about or relay your information to the actual job that you're going for. So, you know, whatever job that you may be going for, you know, one of the things that you'll say is, oh, my why is, you know, for instance, an IT job. My why is I just love to, you know, make a change when it comes to IT and code and different things like that. Whereas I kind of look at that a little bit different, man. I feel like when you're asked that question, what is your why? Again, you need to be your authentic self. So my thing is, hey, man, what's your why? Cool. Hey, man, my why is I want money and I want a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, I always, whenever I was asked that question, man, I will always say, look, the things that motivates me, that get me going is family, is money, and a good work-life balance. And that's my thing, you know what I'm saying? And then to top it off, man, I have to have a good work culture. I need a job where I can go in and be myself. I can joke around. I can act crazy. And to the people that are listening to this, that work with me, they know, hey, man, I go in and work and cut up. Because at the end of the day, man, right now, we at work, you know, more than we at home. So no doubt. If I'm going to go to work, I got to cut up. I can, you know, and now, of course, I do what I got to do, you know, and be civil when I need to be. But at the end of the day, man, look, I'm here most of the time. I'm not going to function right if I'm in there and I got to be all uptight and be all serious, you know what I'm saying, 24/7. So, and I tell people, I was like, look, you know, on an interview like that, look, tell them, be upfront, because a lot of these people know, man, a lot of these, you know, managers and you know, higher ups, they know, man, they know what, you know, what's kind of bringing you in. If you want the money, then hey, say, look, hey, I'm coming in because this job is going to offer me a lot of money. This is what I want. So this is why I'm coming up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think just throw some biblical contact, man, at current events together for you, man. It's amazing, man, because I just couldn't imagine my dad apologizing to me after I'd have made an ass of myself and of him. I couldn't imagine Pops being on the phone and then, you know, we have a disagreement, but just because of the subjectiveness of quote unquote social media or hypocrites around the world, he gonna come back and say, I'm sorry for that. No, you probably would have seen Wiggins Jr.'s funeral. He probably would have did the eulogy because Dad probably would have killed me because last time I checked, that young man was cussing his dad out just as sure as his dad was using choice words, right? Now, why am I saying all of that? If we just want to get so biblical, man, when you go over to Israel, man, what's going to amaze you is this. The way the culture is set up, children, one of the first commandments that they were ever given, particularly in scripture, was just one thing, man. That is what? To honor your mother and your father. That's the only commandments that they're given. To honor. It doesn't say if mom or dad are great to you. It doesn't say all these other things that go. It just says honor thy mother and thy father so that thy days upon the earth may be lengthened.
That's right.
Now, in order to keep that, bro, what you want, well, a lot of people don't see until you go overseas is they have an area, man, where if your kids are unruly, it's literally a prison that you are going to send them to.
Oh, wow.
There are two choices, man. These kids can either be brought into public and made a public spectacle and can be stoned to death for disrespecting their elders, their parents, right? Or because they are not going to stone them now, they have an area, man. We actually passed through this area I didn't know what it was, man, but it's a prison. And because these kids refuse to come under the leadership of their parents, this is where they're put at. Now, why is all this important? And this ain't no disrespect, bro. And it is what it is. You know, people will criticize Kurt for treating his son like a man, but they'll big up Dwayne Wade for treating his son like a woman. You know what I mean? Yo, that's a little backwards to me, bro. But at the end of the day, I never said not to love your son. I never said not to do this and that. But it's amazing the world now. What's your why, world? One of the things you got to keep in mind, if we can remove masculinity out of a man, then guess what? Everything else will fall right into play that biblical scripture says has to take place. Why is that? God is our head covering, right?
Right.
This is why the males wear head covering. God is their head covering, and the men are supposed to be the head covering of the women. But now you see in our culture where we are quick to remove masculinity, we'll give scrutiny and waste a whole week talking about the fact that a man cussed his son out, which should have punched him in his face, truth be told. But we're going to waste time in that. And then at the same token, we want to see how, manly we are when we dogging a man out for doing, man, come on, bro. This kid overseas would have been a public spectacle, bro, for leaking that type of footage. Number one, for cussing him out. He would have been locked up or killed. This is how it rolls. But we mad, and Kurt got to apologize, and we want to know what's our why. I really think that we ought to ask social media and the rest of the world, what's your why? And truth be told, it ain't got nothing to do with Kirk Franklin, bro. They're trying to remove everything that's masculine, particularly in the black man. That's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
And the saddest part about it, a lot of us is leading the way. Leading the way, bro.
This is facts, man. This is facts.
I mean, I wasn't brought up like that, bro.
And none of us was, man. None of us weren't brought up like that at all. And to go back to what you said about it, because I didn't even know when you said you was over there in Israel, because you was in Israel, right? You was actually over there.
Yeah, man. God bless me, man. We traveled. We've been traveling overseas, man, since 2014.
Okay.
And going over there several times now, 4 or 5 times, man. You would actually, again, the way we live versus the way they live is very different.
Right.
And you do not see adolescents. You do not see even people 20, 30 years old disrespecting a parent at all. So my whole thing is, this, let's go back and just look at it for what it's worth. You wouldn't see a son cussing out his father over there. Because, again, he would be punished. And look, they would punish him openly. There were times lawfully where they could stone him to death, and they would bring that kid right in the middle of the city and do it. And you know what that taught? That taught Junior and the rest of them, you better honor your mother and your father.
Exactly.
And the whole point of it was not to create such a radicalism, but it was to rid the culture of that type of mindset, bro. Because look at how it upsets the family structure. What now, Kirk Franklin got to be sorry for being a man, and then guess what? Every other man that got to correct this child, I'm not saying the method was the best, but I'm just telling you, he's a human.
Right.
Like, get a life, bro.
Right.
For real, get a life, man.
And it's funny, man. I remember, obviously we was kids. First of all, hey, look, at the end of the day, your mom could correct me. My mom could correct you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what? I mean, it was just one of those things where anybody could get, could correct us as children. Mm-hmm. And that means spankings. That means whippings. There won't no timeout. Hey, you go over there to timeout. No, I want none of that. Hey, go get that switch off the tree.
That's it.
And to us, of course, we was like, man, I can't believe this, upset, this and that. But at the end of the day, our parents would be like, we do this because we love you. Now, of course, we never understood that until we got older, which makes a whole bunch of sense now. But see, kids don't get to experience that now because, see, the first thing is, hey, if my mama lay a hand on me, I'm going to go call, social services or child services or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And get them to come out there and arrest my parents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But see, that's the type of picture that the world has painted now to be okay. So therefore, kids, they don't get corrected like they should. And it's crazy, man, because like you said, the whole masculinity and everything is just, kind of going down the drain now, which is true, man. And one of the real reasons is because kids don't get punished like they used to, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why
no doubt.
that's why kids are doing these little recordings and kids are going straight into their parents' room and just cussing them out and saying whatever they want to say and and it's no big deal because at the end of the day some parents are like, hey man, like if I do something I'm going to jail.
Yo, man, I can
It's
remember.
crazy, man.
I can remember something real funny, man. Shout out to my older sister. I'll leave her name, let her be anonymous till you don't know. I never forget one time, man, that she was growing up. I was growing up, and we was in the house, and she had got to a point where, mom and dad would let her go out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And mom told her what time to be back. Now, one of the things that was so amazing about the structure of a house, dad didn't have to say anything, but because mom said do this, that was going to be what? The overseeing of it.
That's right.
Well, I'll never forget, Kim decided to come back in the house the time she wanted to. And look, it was so crazy, right? Because we was in the house, Kim came back home late and was in there fussing with mom.
Mm-hmm.
The mom was getting her straight about what she did. But because, not even about the fact that she came in late, but because she was disrespecting his high school sweetheart.
Right.
Because she was in her mom's face arguing, man, Daddy smacked the hell out of Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy didn't get on the phone and argue like Kurt and I'm going to break your... Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be all up in mom's face, disrespectful like you... And look, let me show you how amazing this thing worked. I was hiding behind it. And you remember how the house was set up?
Yeah, I remember how
so my dad, they up there in the front room. I'm hiding behind the chair, little kid, because I knew Kim was about to get her butt toe up, running her mouth, right? So look, Dad didn't even talk when he came in the room, right? Because real men don't do all that talking. Shout out to you, but truth be told, stop doing too much talking, bro. All right, so look, Dad went in there, smacked Kim in her mouth, and walked out the room without saying a word, right? Mm-hmm. But peep this. And he looked behind that couch because I was laughing, and he heard me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my daddy grabbed me by my leg. My dad's real strong man.
Yeah.
Oh, you out your bed, huh? So you don't respect the rules of order in this house. And Dad told me up right there. He got a 2-for-1 deal right there.
2 for 1, bro. That's fact.
And guess what? If you look at where my sister is right now, if you look where I am right now in life, we became recipients of that grace. Because the Bible said, just as a father that loveth his son will chasten him, so does God chasten those whom he loves. It's amazing, man, when we act like when we try to give people order, that there's a problem with it. Nah, man, truth be told, hey, Trey, y'all got kids, and I pray don't nobody got to tell you if your son is in your face cussing you out or whatever, how to conduct yourself as a man.
Right.
Please don't be up here, quote unquote, next week on the podcast apologizing.
Right.
Please, man.
Right.
You won't roll like that, homie.
Hey, not at all, bro. And that's funny that you said that. Hey, man, I remember a few times, man, with my pops. You know what I'm saying? I sit there and try to be slick, and I asked my mom for something. And she be like, nah. I'm like, all right, cool. My mom ain't, my mom said I can't do it, so I'm gonna go ask my dad see if he let me do it. First thing, hey, look, now I ain't even think he knew anything. Hey, pops, can I do this? Hey, what do your mama say? Well, she said, all right, why you? She said, no. Well, all right, cool. Why you ain't asking me then? She
already said no. Me, huh?
So you think you gonna come in here and ask me? And then look, I get in trouble for asking him. So it'd be one of those things, man. It's but like you said, man. I mean, even our parents, man, they had that look. If you thought you was about to sit there and do something crazy, they'd just look right at you and you kind of like, oh, all right, let me chill. But man, that was more of, like you said, man, it's a respect thing, man. That's
their why, bro.
Yeah,
that's their why.
Exactly.
They weren't gonna raise kids, man, that were not gonna be in a position that was better than them. That's their why. You know what I mean? And as you get kids, as you get older, as you move and function, you want to leave a real legacy, bro.
That's right,
man. The stuff that people talk about with you right now is a direct response to the fact that your granddaddy didn't take no mess off your dad.
That's right.
That your dad didn't take no mess off you. We'll look back at it now and appreciate it. Back then you didn't, but guess what?
That's right.
Now you know their why.
That's
this
right.
is why we're going to do that, bro.
And that's funny, man, that you say that, because I remember my dad, even to this day, my dad, no sooner as I go back home, my dad will have a talk with me. And of course, as a kid, I'm like, God knows, man. Like I'm trying to go down the road and play basketball with Junior, man. I ain't trying to sit in here and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like the fellas, they down the road. Like, I'm trying to go play basketball, but my dad will always have a talk, and he'll tell me, he was like, look, when I was your age,
Yeah.
I was with Granddaddy. This is what I did. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you need to do. He said, and it's funny because he would always say, eventually what's going to happen, you're going to have a family. And just like I do now with you, you're going to want to do the same thing with them. And of course, as a kid, man, you know, we don't listen, but we do listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there thinking about, okay, cool, hurry up and finish so I can make sure that I get out here and do what I got to do. But at the same time, now I replay a lot of that stuff in my head. And I'm like, you know, that's exactly what he's talking about. He say, you know, you gonna have a wife one day, you gonna have kids one day, and they're gonna be asking you for this. You know, they're gonna be asking you for that. So make sure that you're able to provide for them. Make sure that you're able to get out there and work. And you ain't always want to get up and go to work. But you'll wake up in the morning and see that's your why. You'll wake up in the morning and you know you got mouths to feed at the end of the day.
You got responsibility, bro.
You got a responsibility. You got to take care of your house. You got to take care of your yard. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, shout out to our folks, bro. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man. Shout out to masculinity, bro.
That's facts, bro.
Truth be told, man, real men, man, we're not afraid of other real men. We don't get intimidated in the presence of real men. Real men can recognize real men and be blessed that there are still some men that are not afraid to be men. Again, what's your why? Yo, man, does anybody really got to question why Kirk responded in that fashion?
Not at all, bro.
I mean, are you serious, bro? Is this where we at nowadays, that we got to really ask when somebody that you birthed into this world, man, come on, man. Man, man, get over yourself, man. This don't got nothing to do with a whole lot that everybody trying to make it be, because we're trying to use it as a way to bring scrutiny to Christianity, and we're trying to make it more of a cult. And that's exactly what people are making an exclusive cult that says a lot of do's and don'ts. I observe this. I don't do this. I don't eat this. I don't eat that. Yo, read your Bible. Paul said, y'all keep observing days, weeks, months, all these other things, but I'm afraid of you.
Right.
It's the Apostle Paul talking about, y'all keep trying to put all these all these things out there for people as if you're trying to make them be able not to reach the step ladder that got you where you at, bro. Come on, man. Your Christianity, you don't get there by pulling people down. Last time I checked, you bringing people up.
That's true.
You're supposed to be a recruiter in Christianity. Shout out to my own business right now.
Hey,
but look, you're supposed to be a recruiter, bro. Come on, man.
Hey, recruiting at its finest, bro. They don't know about
how you gonna recruit somebody, man, if you can't even bring them to Christ? Come on, man.
Come on now. Preacher. Huh?
Nah, man, we can't talk like that up here, bro. We can't talk. Look, if it wasn't for these platforms that people have, and truth be told, one thing that I truly believe, bro, from the bottom of my heart, as a man, some of these opinions on these platforms is not even their real opinion. I believe they understand the fact that even bad publicity can be good press. So sometimes they will take and denounce the fact of how they really feel about something. Guess what? So they can have 200 likes on Facebook.
Yep.
And you'll question whether Kirk is a man, but what man will lower his morals and standards just so you can put a like beside it?
That's
right. Yo, man,
bro.
pick and choose what mountain you willing to die on, bro.
I know that's right.
It ain't, man, get out of here with that, bro. This ain't tomatoes or tomato. This ain't apples or oranges. We're men. We're masculine. Guess what? When you look, man, I was looking the other day real quick, man, at the animal kingdom, bro. I love it.
Love that channel,
because it's amazing to see. Look, the males that went away, right? They was doing their thing, man, checking the perimeter out. But one thing that happened, man, food had been scarce for a little bit. And the commentary said, listen, this is going to be a very crucial time when these males return.
Yep.
Meaning this, you don't want to be out of your place when because it was two males that had this pride. They were brothers. And what happened, long story short, there was a couple of cubs there. And guess what? They were acting foolish, man, doing regular cub things. But guess what? Because there was a little famine in the land, when them males got back, and just because they were out of their place, they didn't cuss them out. They killed them, bro.
That's right. On the spot.
They killed them. And the commentary said this is a common practice when things, quote unquote, get scarce, when there's a famine in the land or whatever the case may be. It's a crucial time for them cubs to act like they got some sense. Yo, man, we living in a world now where it's crucial times. Kurt could have pulled out a gun and shot him.
Shot him if you wanted
Hey,
to.
look,
Yeah.
there's a certain singer. I don't know if you remember it, man. I ain't gonna call his name because you know that's how it is. But very popular singer, and I'll never forget, man. He had a son that loved to drink. What's his why? His dad told him one time when he got drunk, "You better not ever put your hands on me again. You better not ever do that again, son." Well, guess what? Son kept on drinking, beat his daddy up, and guess what Dad did? Went in the room, got a gun, shot him, killed him. Killed them dead. Y'all better stop tripping on Kurt. That man showed that brother grace, man. He showed him grace.
He did, bro.
In the right setting, bro could have been in the ground, man. That's grace,
bro.
That's grace.
Hey, that's facts, man. That's facts. But y'all already know what it is, man. Hey, we can go ahead and end that thing on y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, dropping y'all more heat as usual.
Hey, shalom,
Y'all
man.
make sure that y'all keep tuning in every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We on YouTube. We on Apple Podcasts. We on Spotify. We on
We
Facebook.
taking over, man.
We on Instagram. We on,
Taking over.
hey, look, everything that you can think of, man. Hey, look, we there.
Yo,
My
you ever
brother.
notice when
Go
when somebody get a microphone, bro? They always hit this number like they got to lean
Hey,
into that
hey
jump.
man,
Feel that
they
jump,
got to
bro?
lean in that thing like they about to start singing, bro.
yeah,
You know what
some
I'm
of
saying?
that, bro.
Shout out to them R&B singers, man. They be in that thing just leaning like that, bro.
Let me
Getting
pull
it.
my jump down like Jay would do real quick.
Okay,
Healthy.
okay,
Feel it.
okay.
Bird. That's all I got, bro. That's it.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all keep tuning in. Thank you for all the support, man. We really appreciate y'all, man.
Salute.
And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.